Maybe it just timed out.
Yeah. You're all set?
Because I gotta do it tomorrow night.
So we're live?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Sean Wadsworth, Chair of the Planning Board, calling the meeting to order at 6:32. And I'm going to appoint Amalia Torres, our alternate, as a voting member for this meeting, as we have an absent member. And so Amalia Torres. And then we'll just go around and introduce ourselves.
Brian Bailey.
Curtis Coleman.
And Jim Drury.
Thank you. All right, the first order of business is going to be Smart and Reardon.
We had an event when the plan went to the registry. They felt it needed some meets and bounds, and I phoned them and said, the rule that they're talking about is that you shall not record a plan unless it has a surveyor's seal and planning board approval. The plan is defined as a map showing meets and bounds. So the purpose didn't really require meets and bounds, but I asked them what they wanted to put meets and bounds on, and they said, well, just put them on your merged lot, because the new thing about this plan is that the lot is merged, and that's something title searchers will look at when they go there. So Andy Fisher did that, and of course it's got updated abutters on it. And I emailed it, a copy of this plan down to the registry and said, okay, is this what we'd like? Will you be able to record this if it's approved by the planning board? And they said, yes, they would. So I brought it to you, but we had a bit of a scramble as to where the Mylar was, and I was, because of that misunderstanding, I didn't get the Mylar, but if you just say that you're willing to sign it, Andy Fisher will get it to you to sign. I don't know if you're able to sign things in between meetings or not.
Yeah. Yeah, I can sign as the chair out of session, as long as the board has voted to approve it. Brian, what was the word you just said? It's updated notation, or?
The plan?
Yeah,
I think it's just said information, updated information.
updated information.
Yeah.
Right, so there's no substantive changes. It is merely adding in the meets and bounds to the lot that was merged.
Mm-hmm.
So, any discussion, questions for Smarter Reardon? Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the plan as presented.
I'll second it.
Oop.
I'll second it, yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Any further discussion?
I was just wondering, moving forward, is this something that we need to add to our checklist?
Meets and bounds?
Yeah. So we don't
We should review that.
miss.
But it's such a standard thing to
Yeah.
have meets and bounds on all your
Yeah,
lot
I
lines.
just didn't
This
know.
was because we said, just keep it as simple and minimal as possible and reference the Zeller's plan.
Yeah, okay.
I guess we went a little too simple.
All in favor? We didn't vote, did we?
Pardon?
We didn't vote, did we?
Still typing. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. All right, thank you, Ms. Reardon.
Thank you very much.
It is approved.
Appreciate it.
When the Mylar comes, I'll sign it and bring it to the deeds.
Yeah, I'll have him, what's the best way for him to drop it off?
To the town administrator,
Yeah,
on any business hours for the town administrator, and then she'll pass it over to me.
perfect.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Stephen Parker and Lisa
Indeed.
Dowd. Yep,
Yep.
thank you. So this is a preliminary consultation. Steve Parker of 17 Croto Lane. And what I have is parcel 68 of 12.76 acres. Access to the property is Croto Lane. The structure on the property is a 2,000 square foot house with 1,500 square foot carriage.
No, but a barn.
A barn.
Yep.
Okay. Couldn't read
Garage,
that.
whatever you wanna call
Garage,
it.
okay, yep. And the description of the plan is to take the remaining property from current use and subdivide to 2 separate lots.
Correct.
So we're gonna take the single lot and make it 2 lots,
True.
2 lots. And you have 12.76 acres to work with, and your application says there's 0 wetlands on the property. I have no idea if that's,
Everything's running downhill on that piece of property.
yeah. So it's a preliminary consultation, and there's a little sketch here showing, I don't know, would you describe this a little?
I mean, I have the actual map.
Oh, you got a map?
Yes.
Let's take a look at the map. It's the same thing?
Yep.
Pass this down. Here's a map for
Okay, so this is the lot here.
coming
Okay.
down Croto Lane.
Yep, this is Kathy Bazard's lot.
Yeah.
My house is approximately here. I'd be looking to split it here. Octa Lane it's not on my deed or anything like that that I know of. This goes into the park, this part of the road hasn't been used in a long time. Basically impassable. So I wanted to split it like this and keep control of all of that on this piece.
Okay. Is there a right of way on October?
No, it was something that Will had put in way back when, just for his own use to get down there and back. Hasn't been really traveled at all
Yeah.
in a long time. I haven't been down it in 5 years, and that was a go path at that point.
Yep.
Although everyone still comes looking for it.
Yep.
So there is a fairly decent buildable spot over in here. There's a shelf over on the right-hand side of that lot that
Yep.
you couldn't put a big house there, but it's, of all the land there, it's probably the only spot that you could put anything. The rest of it's all slope and pretty steep.
Yep. So Croto Lane is a private road,
Correct.
and the number of properties that are accessing Croto Lane are currently 2,
Yes,
and this would make it 3.
correct.
Okay. That's the part I have to review in the zoning ordinance. I know that you can have a driveway with 2 properties off a single driveway. When it gets to 3, it's a different part of the ordinance. Does anyone else have questions or thoughts so far?
I mean, is Croto Lane, so you have rights to Croto Lane for that lot on your deed language?
On the lot that I'm,
I mean, I'm just, nothing is labeled, so I'm just kind of looking, which lot is yours here? I'm assuming this, or no?
oh yeah, I'm on upside down, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, this piece right here.
So this piece goes in, so really your access is probably,
It's actually in this piece. I
Yeah.
don't know, this is not correct.
Right.
And this really isn't even here anymore.
so your legal access is off of Drake Hill Road
Correct.
to your lot that you own.
Right.
Right, and you have probably a couple hundred feet of frontage right here?
I think it's almost 50.
50 feet?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you want to split it where, up here?
Yep, right here.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is where, so you have a non-conform, like, it's a lot, but it's non-conforming, because it's got the acreage, but doesn't have the frontage, but it's pre-existing, so that's fine. There's all kinds of them everywhere. But so now, the issues that we'll have to look at is, can you subdivide a lot that only has 50 foot of frontage?
Yep. So I'm looking at our zoning ordinance right now, and what I'm reading is, the default is 200 contiguous feet on the road. That's A. Lot requirements 2A, 200 feet. But then under 2C, a subdivision of a lot with less than 200 contiguous feet of frontage on an existing state highway or town road shall be permitted subject to the following. And then there's 6 points following. Point 1, 50 feet of contiguous frontage on a town road shall be required. So maybe this meets that. Point 2, the subdivision of the lot shall be in accordance with subdivision regulations and planning board approval shall be required. Point 3, access to the lot shall be provided by a 50-foot right-of-way and shall be approved by the selectmen. So they need selectmen approval.
Everyone to the party.
Point 4, each lot shall be required to have 200 contiguous feet of frontage on the new right-of-way. Point 5, a 50-foot right-of-way which serves as a driveway for no more than 2 dwellings shall not be required to be constructed in accordance with Albany street standards. Point 6, a 50-foot right-of-way that is to serve 3 or more dwellings may be constructed in phases as follows. When the third dwelling is built, the first 200 feet of the road shall be constructed in accordance with Albany street standards. So that's where you're at. You're looking at building the third dwelling that's coming off of Croto Lane, is my understanding.
You bet, I don't know how you can even talk about Croto Lane if you didn't have any right to it. If it's, is Croto Lane going across someone else's property?
No,
It's going on your property?
yes.
Okay, so that's not really right on
That's why.
that. Well, yeah, this is not showing it
Yeah,
on
it
his
shows going
property,
off.
so that's why I asked that. Yeah. I guess
Yeah, so it's the third dwelling off of one private drive, basically. And at that point, so what the zoning ordinance says, you can have a driveway that's gravel and have 2 properties on it with dwellings. When you get to the third one, then you're into a minor subdivision, and you have to meet street standards, is the way I'm reading this right now.
For 200 feet, is that what it is?
With 200 feet. When the third dwelling is built, the first 200 feet of the road shall be constructed in accordance with the Albany street standards. B, as subsequent dwellings are built, the road shall be extended in accordance with Albany street standards so that each lot shall have a minimum of 200 feet of frontage on the new road. So the way I'm reading this right now is it would be a requirement to build Croto Lane to Albany street standards, which is, well, we have our street standards published, you can look them up, but it's paved and
Okay.
graded and it's expensive.
Mhm.
And then there's the standard setbacks, 25 feet from the sides and the fronts. Height not to exceed 2.5 stories.
So what if the lot was located on Octa Lane?
Octa Lane is a private road.
I don't know, it's part of the park. More than one dwelling on that, it's not up to town standards.
Octa Lane,
It's part of Golden Oaks.
part of Golden.
And your access would be through Golden Oaks?
Could be.
I don't know that, I don't
Octa
know.
Lane goes through my property to Golden Oaks, off of Croto Lane.
Is
Yeah.
there a
It's
deeded?
it's on the map. I don't believe there's any deeded rights to it or anything like that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we can't.
That would require research, I think, on your part
Okay.
to figure out if there's deeded rights so that
Well,
you
that's
could
easy,
access
right.
it from Golden Oaks.
I can't imagine how this board could have anything to say about that. I mean, how can we give, I mean, we have no authority to
No.
subdivide a lot over someone else's private land, so. the way you look at it, the only thing we have the authority to do is the access that his lot comes onto Drake Hill Road through Coeur Lane. I mean, through a private,
Yeah, I wouldn't say yes or no to that if it's deeded rights.
yeah,
If there are deeded rights, I don't know, I guess is what I could say.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a good option at all
Yeah,
for anybody. It's just, I'm just,
option.
yeah.
So that's the way I'm reading the zoning ordinance right now, I think where you're at.
Is there any way to get a variance or anything like that? Is there any way to get around any of that?
So variances are through the zoning board of adjustment.
Yep.
And you would have to be, there's a list of criteria, and you could look those up, you basically have to prove a hardship that's unique and beyond,
Okay.
right? So, we have another application here where we required someone doing a subdivision to build the road to town standards, and it's expensive.
Not sure.
And so to say we're requiring it for some people, but we're not requiring it for others,
Right.
that's tough. That's a tough path to get through.
Sorry. I should have left my phone.
But I'm not saying no. We're not making any judgments. This is just a preliminary consultation, right? So there's no voting happening here. It's just a discussion.
So the first 200 feet. 200 feet gets me to all those driveways, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
so that Croto Lane is all on your property, and then the
Yeah.
houses that access it, then it just has lanes off of that?
Yeah.
So you go,
Yeah, the only right of way is Kathy's. There's another easement for a right of way for the Crotos property, but it doesn't, it's close to it basically.
I would think that would have to be all surveyed out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To show that it's where it is.
yeah. How else is it?
It's because that actually puts the Croto Lane on Kathy Gazza's property too,
Yeah.
or Golding, I should say.
And your surveyor would be able to make the determination.
Yeah, they show it as curved, it's not, it's an arrow straight right past her driveway, so,
Yeah.
who knows?
But they also should be able to make a determination, or at least guidance, on wetlands or not.
Right, sure,
Which would affect your buildable area.
right. Yeah, there is a seasonal stream.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah,
And you said there's buildings on this 12 acres already, or no?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are they on them?
at the bottom of Croto Lane. would be-
Oh, so down in here?
Right here.
So there's a right of way that goes over to these properties here, but they built a road in there, they don't want the right of way anymore. It's written such that as soon as it's not owned by Croto anymore, the right of way goes away. Anyway. It'll probably never happen in theory, not now, anyway.
Say that
Okay.
again?
The right of way is written on the deed in a way that if the property that the right of way goes to is not owned by Croto family directly, it's dissolved. They don't have access anymore.
So then these lots could be denied access?
No,
to-
they have a private road into them already.
Yeah, they built the road a couple
They
years
built a
ago.
road and then to access those two lots.
Okay.
But in past times, they used to use that to get back there before they cut the road, which is fine, but they haven't done that in years. And they wanted to keep that access, so that's fine with me,
Yeah.
providing they own the land. When they don't own the land, the access goes away. But they've already, put their own roads in there, so they're all set.
And that was part of the subdivision. The minor subdivision approval was to build the road. They just didn't build it when they got approval, so they had to eventually build it.
Okay. Yeah, I've never been down Croto Lane because it's a private road.
It's not Croto Lane, it's run right before it, so it's run right before the Croto House. It's just,
Okay.
they just didn't build it, and they accessed it, like Steve was saying.
Okay.
Yeah,
To get actually 911 address and all that, they had to actually build the road.
Right.
So, but that's what kind of forced it, so they wanted to build a house.
I think they wanted to build the road no matter what anyway, because why wouldn't you,
Yeah,
right?
you bet.
So our zoning ordinances are online.
Yep.
Our subdivision, minor subdivision, it would be minor subdivision.
Mm-hmm.
Regulations are online. The zoning board, I believe, is online. I'd have to check on that. If you wanted to seek a variance, but like I said, that might be a tough path.
Right.
Do you have any further questions for
No, I think I'm
us? Okay. So, yeah.
Who get
Is
it?
that one for you, you want me to take all this mess?
Uh, Keep it.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys have a good
Thank
day.
you.
yeah, you too.
Best of luck.
All right, thanks.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Habitat for Humanity. Construction observation agreement, authorization to proceed, Town of Albany Planning Board with Mount Washington Valley Habitat for Humanity as the applicant. So I would love it if Curtis or Brian or anyone that knows anything about how these go would walk us through it for the public record part of the meeting here.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say.
Or no,
You've been through it in the town.
so, well, in reference to the road bond itself and setting a value,
Okay.
I mean, is that what you're asking?
Just the whole, everything. It's the first one for me, it's the first one for Jim, it's the first bonding for Amalia.
I mean, so the purpose of the bond is obviously if something happens with the Habitat for Humanity and they build half the road or a quarter of the road, the town has the money to finish the job. So we don't have a half-built. So that's so our liability is what we think, is right here. The cost to complete the road that HEB supplied us, it's whatever. It's in the paperwork they sent, part of the 72 pages. But anyway, so we just have to come up with a value, and Jim showed, they did set values in their paperwork that they sent. I think it was 392,000. And it had it looked like it's the Town of Conway template, I don't know, but they have a decrease in the bond value as progression goes, which is pretty standard.
Okay.
I mean, 390, that's, if they want to do that, that's great, we're very protected, and we could, with with a very basic inspection, we could decrease it as it goes, and if they're comfortable with that, then
Yeah.
that covers Albany 110%, so, So, I mean, that's the process, our liability is obviously, I feel, less, because it's a Habitat for Humanity community project, and maybe a private developer that, we don't know if that's, if something happens.
But we're just doing the road though, too.
Yeah, we're just
Right.
doing the value of the road, that's all that we care about.
Bidding next week.
Yeah,
So it'd be a contractor, it wouldn't be a,
yeah, right, but obviously, it wouldn't get finished if like Habitat couldn't pay for it.
right.
So they'd kind of be on the hook, so, but I mean, the values I said, I guess if they're comfortable with that value, I think it's healthy.
Yeah.
You know, if I was building a subdivision, I would probably ask for a little less.
Yeah.
But if they're comfortable with it, you know, I think that's great. So, so that, as far as, it did our
Are
street
they the
standards.
official town engineer?
Yes,
Okay.
they did our street standards, they've updated and helped us a lot.
I knew we had hired them, I just didn't know it was enough.
Well, that's my understanding as a road agent. They've been, I worked with them to update the street standards, blah, blah, blah. They did all the work.
Yeah.
I look at him as our town engineer. I don't know any different.
Right.
I haven't seen any other engineer within the town of Albany in a long time, so it's just been APB. So if they're not, the board needs to make it official or whatever. But, I mean, that's my opinion. But,
For what it's worth.
but there were some emails about HE being a representative of Habitat for Humanity and the town of Albany. Is that in the best interest of the town? To me, I mean, HEB is a professional engineering firm that does work. I have absolutely no problem. I think it would be kind of hard on Habitat for Humanity to make them pay for another inspector on top of what they're already having HEB. I just, you know, they're trying to build affordable housing for people that need in the community, and we're gonna make them have another inspector on site. I mean, that's just too Conway for me. So like, it doesn't make any sense.
Conway
So,
doesn't even do that. They design and inspect their own projects.
okay, so, yeah, Conway would inspect themselves, so whatever, so I can't pick on Conway, but I just think that's, I mean, HEBs can handle it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I can swing in and we can look, I mean, it's not a big deal, so.
And as Josh McAllister stated, like, the design phase is done.
Yeah.
So that's set aside, and now they can represent as the inspection side.
Right, and they're gonna, I mean, they'll do fine, and they have a good design, and the road and quantities, everything looks great. That's all, I mean, it's designed as the street standards of Albany, so.
It's a very easy site. It's about as easy as
Straight,
you
yeah,
can.
flat.
Yeah, flat,
Yeah,
sandy.
so. As far as what could cost taxpayers money, I don't see anything.
As far as what?
As far as what is a liability to the taxpayer or the town within this project, as long as we get the bond, there's really not much.
Yeah.
So.
And we have two very reputable organizations.
Right,
APB and
right,
Habitat.
so, exactly, so.
Um, So I was reading through here, there was this amount of, I'm trying to find it again. It was like 14,000, and then, I was wondering if that's what actually gets paid to the inspector. I have to find it.
Oh, yeah, they were supposed to put some money into account.
Oh, here it
Draw
is.
down, from it, right?
This is on the agreement page. Services provided on an hourly basis in accordance with the fee schedule, estimated at 14,130 plus direct expenses. See Exhibit A for detailed description of our fees. So what is the 14,130? That's,
It looks like that's what Habitat's paying HEB to do the oversight of the road build.
that's the total amount HEB will be getting paid for the inspections.
For the rest of what they think it would take.
And that amount gets dispersed through our town administrator? Because we're hiring each, right? It's like, is that how it works?
I thought I remembered that was the discussion.
The
was
client
They were gonna
is
be putting
Habitat.
it into some kind of account.
The town is the holder of the bond. Is that, am I using this language correctly? And
Well,
the
the bo-
disbursements will be through the town? If
The
I'm-
bond wouldn't have anything to do with the inspection services. I would think that would be held in some sort of escrow account and been paid out
Yeah,
as it progresses.
okay.
Josh had said.
You know, the bond is only if something happens. So that's just a set value through a bonding company.
Yeah.
It's kind of separate. But that 14,000, I'm assuming it just gives the town, it makes it so the town doesn't have to front any money, right? So it's in an escrow account, we pay from it. That's HEB's estimate.
I guess that's the only part I want to make sure is how it's handled and what we need to do on the town end to make sure things go properly as they should.
That I can't really remember how that fund gets set up, but that could be something we could ask. 'Cause it's been,
So in this, it says, HEB are working on behalf of the town of Albany to execute the necessary part-time observations outlined in the COA. I already forgot what that is. Oh, Construction Observation Agreement between the town of Albany and Habitat for Humanity. So the agreement is between the town and Habitat. HEB is the resident project representative. They will do 12 site visits and review bond status to reduce it over time.
probably be easier for HEB to hold it in an escrow account.
And manage it themselves.
Probably.
I guess I'm not seeing in here who holds the escrow. So that is,
Well, we could talk to HEB about what they have done in the past with other towns, since we haven't done it in so long.
it's probably in here somewhere.
I was just trying to see if they had anything in there that showed disbursement of the
Yeah,
fund, and I don't see
can't
it.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, bond reduction at 25%, 50%, 75%,
Yeah.
and 100%, and then the final review. Okay, point 11. The applicant shall pay all costs of engineering review and observations as required by this agreement. The estimated cost of the observations and review is $14,130. Said amount to be submitted as a retainer prior to the start of work, check made payable to the town of Albany.
Okay.
So the town's
Right.
gonna hold the retainer, and so that would be on town administrator, I think, to be
Okay.
doing.
So on completion of work, we return the funds to them. This-
Any unused
Yeah,
funds, yeah.
so we would have to just start an account, obviously,
Yeah.
separate from
So
anything.
we need bond account, and we need the,
Yeah, it wouldn't be the bond, it would just be for the inspection services, so it would just be an account that just has the 14,000.
There would be no bond.
Yeah, the bond, just
Oh, yeah,
a
that's
piece
point
of paper.
13. Point 13, the
From
town will
surety.
deposit the retainer in
Bond,
escrow
just a piece of
account.
paper from the
and-
insurance company.
okay, so it's not an account.
It's just a
Money's
guarantee.
held.
Just a
Okay.
guarantee.
I think that's what Elisa thinks it is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could have a cash bond.
Yeah, it could, yeah.
I mean, some people do that,
Yeah.
but I would assuming that it's gonna be from a bonding company. So they're just gonna give us a letter.
Yeah, point 13 talks about unexpended funds. So the town will deposit the retainer in escrow account, and any unexpended funds shall be returned to the applicant within 30 days of the planning board's receipt
Okay.
of a final satisfactory report from the observer for the project.
Administrators just have to set up an account specific to this project.
Okay. Okay, thank you
Yep.
for
So,
the
okay.
information. I don't think I have any further questions. Anyone else?
So you're gonna answer them, because they were looking for some information, right? Yeah.
Well, so I think unless there's other questions, we'll, have a motion and a vote. Vote, if it passes, I'll sign it,
Okay,
and I'll send an email to Josh McAllister saying that we've approved it, and send them copies of the signed. And then I think from there, they can move ahead with their bidding,
okay.
and presumably then, well, also be CCing our town administrator to get set up with escrow. That's it, as far as my understanding of it. I don't know if I'm missing anything.
It sounds,
So,
all bases are covered.
Alright, so I'll start taking. So, all right, so we have two things to vote on. Okay. So first is the construction observation agreement and authorization to proceed between Town of Albany Planning Board and MWV Habitat for Humanity, the applicant. Any further discussion on the construction observation agreement? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Okay.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous. The second is what is titled the simply agreement for project number 2022-107A. Okay. Just gonna take this. I'll make a motion to approve the agreement as presented.
Second it.
James Dream, second. Discussion, hearing none, all those in favor? Aye, unanimous. Okay. Okay. That's it for habitat. Alright. Next agenda, a subdivision application for map 6, lot 47. Check. From Frank and Pamela Kennison, and the property is located on Drake Hill Road off of Coleman's Drive. This project proposes to subdivide the 8.96 acre subject parcel into 2 lots, one lot being 4.49 acres and the second lot being 4.47 acres. The Amanuset Survey, Andy Fisher as the surveyor, and helping them with the application. I did check their fees, that is complete. 5 copies. I had asked Andy to get this to us digitally so I could share it with you all, but I didn't receive the digital copy of it. So we just have the hard copy there. But I'm finding everything in order. My only question, I think, is copies of any existing proposed protective or restricted covenants and deed restrictions. The right-of-way going through?
So I'm gonna remove myself from this, all right? So,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna speak as an abutter.
Yeah.
As whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, there is a right-of-way through there that gets to this lot. That goes with, it's some pretty original language that goes way back. But there's a right-of-way that gets to this, the lot that Frank and Pam are subdividing. But as you'll be able to see, there's other access points within this minor subdivision.
Yeah.
So if you look at it, there's enough frontage on Drake Hill Road, so you'll have 200 feet of frontage. And I'm just speaking of it, like Frank and Andy can give you the whole rundown, but it appears that everything is in order.
It looks like the frontage is 199.96 feet.
Is that
And, is that right?
is that
And this one's
yeah,
186.92.
so like there's something weird about that. He's gonna explain that,
Oh,
because
okay, okay, okay.
that's too.
This is Drake Hill Road.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the one lot to be cut into
There's supposed to be 200.
What's that, R
two
250?
skinny lots.
Oh,
And then,
is that what it is?
that's in the straight line, the radius is actually
curve,
250. That's a surveyor thing, so it's in the straight line, it's that, but the actual, in the radius, it's like 250 something.
This is a bearing.
The total before it's
Yeah.
subdivided?
Yes, well, there's like 500 and some, 500, he'll explain that.
Okay, right, because the straight line's not including
It's
the
a
radial
bearing,
curves.
yeah, it's a
Right.
bearing
Right.
distance.
Right, so it's well over the 200-foot
Okay,
requirement, he'll speak of that, I'm not a surveyor.
that makes
but
sense, yeah,
Obviously, I don't think he'd give us a plan that didn't meet our,
right,
but he needs to clarify that.
yeah.
They come in.
They're coming next week,
Next.
next time, I guess.
Yeah, so this is, right now, this is just to decide on accepting the application as complete. We're not voting on the subdivision itself.
And there's that right away. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, yeah,
But that's this whole property. That's the road.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
The town hall.
Yeah.
They have access to the lake. I
Yes.
don't know if the two property has access to the lake.
Yeah, the lake is here.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
yeah.
Iona Lake.
Yeah.
So it would be making what is a single lot on Iona Lake into two lots.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm curious about why, are they planning to build on this other one? Do you have any idea?
I don't know what they're doing, but the piece that's close beside them is obviously the one that they're interested in, but I mean, I would assume, but if they did, it's gonna be kind of it's not gonna be right on the lake, it's have to be kind of in the back, not in the back, but
It'd have to be way upslope, almost to the road.
yeah,
It's all-
no, not to
it's
the
all
road,
like-
I mean, I don't know what they're doing, but
Yeah,
I would assume.
this is pretty much all wetlands along Wittenbrook.
Well, yeah, so if you built something here, it would be
Here.
here,
Yeah, yeah.
and then if you built
Build
something
something
here,
there.
it'd have to be here.
Yeah, but there's not gonna be a way to build something
No,
here.
no, because this is all wet. No, this is kind of just common area.
Yeah,
So this actually makes it so no one will ever build on this point. Because you actually could build on this point as the lot sits now.
oh.
But
yeah.
this will actually.
Because of setbacks.
Yeah, you could actually
Which is
build, you could
subdivided.
build there, but this actually makes it so you can't ever build there. It's just kind of like
Yeah.
common area. Which is good.
Do you know their motivation for doing it? I mean, this is-
No, I think the lot came up for sale, and there was a butter, and he has a bunch of kids, so he wanted to have something for the thing, but he can speak of that. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Wow.
That, he talked about that for a while ago.
Okay, yep. So that, now let's see. So there's a few things on their checklist that they don't have. State or town driveway permit and copies of existing or proposed protective or restrictive covenants, although, are they all on?
I saw the right away.
The deed references are in here, plan references, notes. Oh yeah, there's notes about frontage in note 4, so yeah, 243 feet and 256 feet, including the radiuses.
In the past, I would never give a driveway permit before they applied for one.
Yeah.
So I just would think that they'd have to qualify for a driveway permit.
Yeah,
So I don't know if that helps any.
yeah,
I mean, as long as they have the frontage.
yeah, I'm agreeing. Deed references. And do you know, are there any conservation easements or anything, as far as you know?
Not that I know of.
Yeah. Alright. Does anyone else want to review the checklist and stuff that's in here?
I would like to see the application,
Yeah.
because I've never seen one. Not in here, I've never seen one.
this the same issue we just talked about?
What's that?
A third lot off of a shared private road?
Well, not really, because there's the frontage on Drake Hill Road. So that
But if they're
easement
gonna
they
use
have, it doesn't matter, because they technically can
Apply for a driveway.
apply for driveway permits, and you wouldn't be accessing it from that.
Yeah, they both have frontage.
They both have frontage, so it doesn't matter.
But if their access is through Coleman Drive, are they,
Well, the lot that's by the stream wouldn't have access.
to Coleman Drive?
Right.
No, but this one, this is a proposal, like, this is test pits for septics and stuff, right?
Right.
So like, we're planning to build here, proposed well, proposed septic. So Coleman Drive, there's, I don't know, already two properties on Coleman Drive, this would be the third?
What the hell I got? Yeah, but they have a driveway, they'll have a driveway permit off of Drake Hill Road.
But that doesn't mean that's how they're gonna. There's no showing a driveway here, it's showing this as the act.
Well, I think yeah, I don't really know.
I would assume once they did their building permit and plans and all that, that's where. I mean, does it matter if they're subdividing, and I'm just asking because I don't know, if you're subdividing two lots, and maybe they have no plans to do anything with this lot.
But that was the zoning ordinance we just read for.
Yeah, so that's
Earlier was like-
so it's a deeded easement across those properties to get to that 9-acre lot,
Yeah,
okay? So, so however you want to read that, fine. What we just went through, that wasn't a deeded access through that, that's kind of night and day to this, to me. But that's something I think Andy can explain. I mean, I don't want to get in and argue one way or this case or the other.
And I would assume if that right of way or easement, whichever one it is, only goes to the one half of that division, nothing's changing as far as that easement goes. It's still accessing the same amount of properties.
Right.
Because the one furthest away has no rights to that, so it's.
Right. Yeah, you're almost just making that lot smaller.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually,
You know. I guess if you were to access both the lots, that are the subdivision, yeah, maybe that would be, I don't know, I mean, they would have to look at all the deed language and everything. There's only been 3 owners of those things.
There's a lot to the red way.
right. Yeah, and these are just questions, like, I don't know either. So you're taking a lot of record and then subdividing it and making a new lot, then it's no longer a lot, I don't know, that is no longer a lot of record. Then are you doing, this would be the third house on a,
It already is my point, I guess.
it already has the road, but to put a,
Right, but it's already accessing that full property.
Right,
When you
when you
subdivide it,
subdivide
you're not adding any more to it. It's not changing.
I get that, I just,
Yeah.
like, when you subdivide it, then it's no longer a lot of record, it's a new lot. I don't know the answers to these things.
I guess it wouldn't matter, because if you make that argument, then they could just say, well, okay, we're gonna access it both of them off of Drake Hill Road, and maybe they are doing that, I don't know.
Maybe they are. but
Because you
that-
can't, I mean, the bottom line is, you really can't tell them they can't access, if they have the frontage, they can do a driveway permit. It's really nothing we can say, so, because they meet the requirements.
The only
So,
thing you could do is deny a building permit if they didn't have a driveway at that point.
yeah. I guess so.
I don't know the answers to these things, just questions.
Yeah.
What is the envelope for this one?
Pardon?
What is the envelope?
Yeah, I don't think we can.
Where's the envelope?
Andy needs to just
Yeah.
address those issues, not me.
I don't wanna mix it, one
Yeah.
with another, yeah, I mean, it's,
Well, I think the application, as far as I can tell, is complete. I don't know if anyone wants to review the application further.
I haven't seen it.
Do you want to
Yeah.
have it? There, the part I'm not handing you is just the mailing labels for the abutters, they're here.
Okay.
And the check, which I already tabulated the amounts, and it's correct, the application as is.
Did you say there's some things on the checklist that wasn't?
Oh, just copies of covenants or easements or deeded rights of way, and I didn't see it on the plans that we just looked at.
Okay.
do you want this?
Or do, I don't know. Do you guys still, you don't have it, you passed it back?
Yep.
You don't have it? I don't know, I just don't, I'm not sure that I see the driveway.
I mean, is it contained within one of these?
It might
That's
be.
what I was wondering.
Well, what are you asking? The
Deeded.
deeded access to the property?
Yeah.
It's within the description of the deed itself.
It's in the deed, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yes.
That would make sense.
What is the driveway? Oh, okay.
It's actually an easement.
That's an easement. Oh, yes. Oh, no, that's a different one. That's Woodland Pond. Jim, do you want to see the?
Yeah.
So Pullman Drive is private, not town road.
Private.
And it's currently serving how many residences?
Just
Or-
one.
Just one, your folks,
Yeah. Oh, and then the Kennison house, that's his easement through there.
and the council.
His deeded easement, and then the next lot is a deeded easement to it.
The one, the undeveloped one, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters because you have, it's like the old, it's like we ran up here, like you had a non-conforming and subdivided lot that we actually kind of made a mistake on. I mean, this is, the reason why this isn't really an issue in my mind,
Yeah.
just as planning wise, is because the frontage on Drake Hill Road. But I think we should just wait and see what Andy says about all that. Yeah, I mean, that's,
But it sounds like a subdivision of conforming lots. They're of the right acres, they got the right frontage.
yeah, that's not, it's, there's nothing to it. But,
Yeah, I don't.
sure he'll have a presentation that you guys can listen to.
Yeah. All right. I will make a motion to accept this application as complete.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Curtis abstaining?
I just removed myself, so
Yep.
I'm not even
Or
abstaining.
recused, yeah.
I
You're not
recuse
even
myself.
You're recused. Okay. Motion carries. Okay.
You have to show me how to set that up, because I know Dan will have the idea.
Yep.
Dan, either he or I have no idea how to do it,
Yeah.
so.
It's pretty simple, the instructions are pretty good.
Okay.
But I can walk you through it.
Okay.
When's your meeting?
I think it's tomorrow night.
Okay.
Andy Fisher sent this along. This is just for our files. It's a plan of a survey in Albany. It's going to be recorded at Carroll County Registry of Deeds. We don't need to vote on it or anything. It's just FYI. So you can check that out at your convenience. Next is, let's do minutes. Minutes, then budget review. So July 14th, the minutes of July 14th. In attendance were myself, Morris, Curtis, and Amalia. Has everyone had a chance to read and review the minutes of July 14th?
I did it, but
Did not.
on time, not today.
Yes. I'll make a motion to accept them.
Thank you. A second. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
Four,
I wasn't
abstain,
here.
abstain. Or three, abstain, abstain.
You have to change your sheet.
Okay. July 14th minutes approved. The minutes of August the 11th. In attendance were myself, James, and Amalia.
I'll make a motion to approve them.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You second?
yeah. Oh, I second, sorry,
Oh, do you want to?
yeah,
Okay.
I second.
Amalia Torres seconds. further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of approving the minutes of August the 11th? Aye. 3 and 2 abstains.
Anyone wants to see this map?
Yeah, this is just FYI. It's nothing we're voting on, it's nothing we did vote on, it's just a survey plan that's being recorded.
It's off the moats.
Oh.
So the budget, pretty much the same as last year is the general plan, unless anyone has any proposals for changes. This is just preliminary, we're really ahead of schedule, but just read through the lines. Or how about this? Since we don't have a display thing, I don't know if you just want to look real quick, huddle around. This will be our last item of business. Let's get out of here.
What's that?
We can do that, we can get a display.
I was thinking of a big
This is
TV on
last
the.
year.
Or even like here.
Yeah, this is last year's. So no change. This is not.
If it's there, you can't see it on the camera.
Oh, right.
You know?
Pardon?
You know, I was thinking back here, and then we gotta turn to.
So we had 2,000 for attendance, 2,400 for secretary, 185 for social security, $1 for technical, I guess that's HEB. And the thought was we would have to go to the select board to ask for more money should we actually need a review. Don't know if we want to have actual money in our budget, so we don't have to go to the select board.
We haven't used it yet, right?
Haven't used it in a long time. Advertising, $350, used it, annual is $100. Operating expenses, $800. Travel for conferences, $300 for conferences, $100 for travel. And another travel, this is basically for me going to registry of deeds, mileage, and legal. So those are our budget lines. I'll email it out, and we can maybe vote on it at the next meeting, but if anyone has any thoughts or changes, or think anything needs adjusting, please let me know. Please let all of us know. I think that's all I got.
All right.
Anybody have anything else? I'll make a motion to adjourn.
No, second it.
James second. Curtis second. All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Adjourn. 7:43.